Some women don't chase, and yet, they're never forgotten. Because the power of their presence lingers in silence, long after the words have vanished. The narcissist does not stumble upon such a woman by chance. He is drawn, almost magnetically, to the empath. And this pull is not romance, it is design. The unconscious, restless and hungry, guides his steps. Carl Jung once wrote that until we make the unconscious conscious, it directs our life, and we call it fate. The narcissist calls it love. But it is not love. It is the shadow seeking its mirror. He seeks the empath because she holds the very qualities he has buried deep within himself. Her compassion unmasks his emptiness, her openness threatens his guarded walls, her capacity to feel unsettles his inability to do so. She becomes the stage upon which his unresolved shadows perform. The ego disguises it as desire, but in truth, it is projection, a desperate attempt to claim through her what he cannot awaken within himself. And the empath, unaware of this hidden contract, believes she is chosen because she is seen. But she is chosen because she sees too much. Her gift is not her softness alone, but her ability to touch the hidden wounds of another. She feels what is disowned. She becomes the vessel of his silence, the keeper of his grief, the echo chamber of his disowned anima, the feminine that he has exiled within himself. Yet every archetype carries its danger. To the empath, attachment feels like purpose. She confuses her capacity to heal with her worth, believing that enduring the storm is proof of love. This is where the trap is set. The narcissist feeds on her endurance, on her willingness to stay when the pain deepens. For him, it is design. For her, it feels like destiny. But the tension grows. At first, his eyes ignite at her light. Then, as time passes, the very radiance that drew him begins to burn him. What he once adored becomes unbearable, because it forces him to confront the hollowness of his own reflection. He oscillates between desire and destruction, admiration and resentment. She feels it like the shifting of tides, one moment embraced, the next abandoned. This is the first turning point, when she realizes his need is not for her love, but for her energy. He does not drink from her heart because he cherishes it, he drinks because he cannot create water in his own desert. The second turning point arrives in her silence. For the empath, silence is both weapon and sanctuary. When she stops explaining, when she no longer bends to soothe his storms, when her eyes no longer plead to be understood, something shifts. The narcissist feels the fracture. His design depends on her response, her constant supply of reflection. Without it, his shadow falls back upon himself, unbearable, inescapable. The third turning point is the most dangerous, but also the most liberating. She begins to see that her empathy was never meant to be consumed. She realizes her worth is not in how much she endures, but in how deeply she knows herself. Here, individuation begins. Not in the arms of the narcissist, but in the space she creates away from him. She withdraws the projection. She stops being his mirror and becomes her own. And here, Jung's wisdom rises again: what is denied in the unconscious seeks expression through others. The narcissist may continue his cycle, searching for another empath to play his design. But she, once awakened, cannot return to the role of sacrifice. To the empath who hears this, you were not chosen because you were weak. You were chosen because you were powerful. Because within you lives the very thing he cannot touch, the anima, the soul, the flame. And it was never his to keep. The woman who walks away in silence